breakaway for Jarvis as he looked like he was fired out of an M16. So this teenager from Southbury, Connecticut will set the early pace. Cameron Patrick wasting no time. Car number 80 to move into second. Rao being pestered by the 69 and Jimmy Hansen. So Jimmy Hansen, he has won 7 national qualifiers this year, 3rd in the national points, and he is in the upper group of cars. Jarvis is able to break away for the time being. Jason Palmer, don't be concerned if he's a little patient early on. That is the way he races in a 20 lap. So naturally, we are going to see the same game plan in a 50 lapper. He is in car number 17. Currently riding in 3rd. Art Moran Jr. doing a good job on the bottom. Also on the outside is Mark Bakai. Justin Rao is in the mix. So as they bullet their way into turn number 4, what about Michael Jarvis, the defending Saturday night champion? And he has had a good finish almost every week on Saturday nights. Does not race on Wednesday nights. And now we have a battle for second. Cameron Patrick has to worry about the presence of Jason Palmer, as Palmer is all over him like the cellophane on a box of cough drops. And here comes Palmer moving into second. So Palmer is able to boogie his way underneath Patrick. The man we're really paying attention to, Jimmy Hansen, he is battling for 4th and 5th with Jam and Justin Rao. Jimmy is 18, Justin another teenager. Hawkeye wants a chunk of that action. And we have trouble for David Stanton, his car number 6. A little revolving door move. Well, like rhythm gymnastics in the Olympics. But Stanton was able to move forward. At the front of the field is the 31, Michael Jarvis. And glued to his back bumper, like a bumper sticker, is the 17 of Palmer, looking for room on the bottom. So Palmer making a move for the lead. Can he succeed? 2 cars. They are paper clipped together. They go cheek to cheek into the 4th turn. When they come out, we have a new leader. On lap number 9, Jason Palmer is taking over the lead. Jarvis in second. So we never see Jason Palmer get into the lead this early. That might be one thing. He has a rocket ship. That car could be moving well. Patrick in 3rd, and now the fun begins. Rao and Moran Jr., they are fighting it out for 4th and 5th. And trying to elbow his way into the position. Jam and Justin. Boy, Justin's doing a strong job. That they swarm their way off the 4th corner. A little contact as Moran and the 14 of Rao got together momentarily. Nothing serious, just a flesh wound. And those 2 cars sharing the same air supply as they go into turn 4. Mark Bakai on the outside. He has some leverage. And Hansen has dropped off the pace. In car number 69, the man who is setting the pace is Jason Palmer in car number 17. But he's got to worry about something in this 50-lap race. He doesn't have to worry about that much in a 20-lapper, and that will be lap traffic. Ryan Morgan starting to kick up his heels in car number 3. It is hard to believe that Ryan Morgan is only 14 years old, but look at him go to work. Very aggressive. He is he's like the ice cream in a creamsicle because he is surrounded by orange cars. Mark Bakai in front of him, Chris Bakai behind him, Jason Ouimet, another orange car, also behind him. But Ryan Morgan running a strong race. You know, you would think a 14-year-old might not know the importance of being patient, saving your car until the end. But Ryan Morgan, he seems to know already what it takes a lot of drivers years to find out. Palmer getting by Joey Gaeta and making the same move as Michael Jarvis. Cameron Patrick in 3rd. So Jason Palmer has grabbed this race by the horns early. Leading by about a $3 cab ride over the 31 of Michael Jarvis. Patrick in 3rd. Sean Buffington just came out of the twilight zone to move into 4th. Buffington, maybe a sense of urgency, as he doesn't want Jason Palmer to get too far ahead. Now, if anybody is used to long-distance races, it is Sean Buffington. Remember, he used to race on what was then known as the Busch North Tour. So he knows what it's like to run marathons. Art Moran Jr., he has found some speed in that car tonight, as he will firecracker his way behind the 23 of Buffington. That is a battle for fifth. Jimmy Hansen has come back to life in car number 69. Now, you don't win 20 races in the course of the year without knowing how to tackle an extra-distance event. He has won 7 qualifiers. Right now, Palmer is the ringleader of the circus. We met having trouble, as there is a fender wobbling from that car. So a flapping fender for Brian Ouimet. The pace is being established by Jason Palmer. Patrick is third, then it is Buffington, then Hansen. Stanton is in trouble, so is DJ McGowan in car number 73. We're not even at the halfway point yet. Ouimet in the 13, having sheet metal problems. Jimmy Hansen trying to make a comeback. The driver in his way, well, the lap car of Joey Gaeta, and now he will try to make a move. And moving off the track is Ouimet. As we told you, that front fender, it just shedded from the car like a dog fur during the summer, and he has to go to sanctuary in the middle of the infield. What about Palmer? He has owned the show so far. Passing flag is being given deeper in the field to Visignano. And a good job by Scott Poirier in car number 21. And now moving to the outside of him. And that was a pretty strong move. Ticket by Poirier. As Poirier, the lap car, the leader is Jason Palmer. And you saw by that move that Palmer has some strength. And he has a big lead over Jarvis. Patrick is third. Buffington is fourth. So almost in his own solar system. You almost need a GPS system to keep track of Jason Palmer. That's a third place car of Patrick. And Buffington is narrowing the gap. So we could have a battle for third and fourth in a lap or two. Buffington, he knows how to preserve. As they streak across the stripe, Patrick, Buffington is right there. So is Hansen. Then we see Moran, Buckeye. Esposito is moved up. But right now, the drum major of the parade, and Ringo Starr couldn't beat the drum any louder than Jason Palmer has beaten it for the first 28 laps. He has lapped a lot of cars. We knew when he set a fast time in practice today that Jason was going to be in business. Now Justin Rao, who was up there in the early portions of this race, will be limping off the track. So that car is undernourished as it comes off the speedway. There is our leader. And almost trailing by a mountain range is the 38 of Jarvis. And now things are getting interesting. We do have a battle for third, fourth, and fifth. And it is coming in front of the start-finish line. Swinging a little out of control, loose, was Cameron Patrick. It's almost like a windshield wiper. He came out of the fourth corner. Right there is Buffington. Buffington pretty patient. And Sean Buffington seldom makes an error. So the youngster from Virginia, he might be getting a seminar here from Buffington, trying to shuffle his way underneath the 80 car. Can't do it that time. The best battle is for third, fourth, and fifth. Palmer has put plenty of breathing room, plenty of oxygen between he and Jarvis, but the battle intensifies for third. Third, fourth, and fifth could fit inside a popcorn popper. The man making the most noise is Patrick. Right there with him is Buffington and Jimmy Hansen, car number 69. Those three cars could fit inside a sweat sock. What about Patrick? All over him like a straitjacket. The 23 of Buffington. Hansen moving in. No problems at the front. But remember, Jason Palmer has to make his car last for 50 laps. Something that he has not done this year. So it is not a done deal by any stretch of the imagination. 36 laps have been completed. And whenever Palmer has to go by a lap car, it's always a little bit of a concern. He blows by McGowan. Now he is attacking Marty Bone in car number 5. And to the naked eye, it doesn't look like Michael Jarvis is able to gain any ground. But the circus continues for third. And what a job by Cameron Patrick. As the 23 of Buffington has tried everything except the pogo stick over the number 80 car. It hasn't worked. Hansen is right there. The top 3 cars can fit inside a cup holder. Patrick waiting for Buffington. Now here comes Hansen making a move under Buffington. Not enough firepower to complete it. When Jason Palmer hits the line, 10 laps to go. Jarvis in second. And it is a long gap between he and Cameron Patrick. What about the man from Virginia? Has never raced at the Speedbowl before. We might have a changing of the guard for 4th. On the outside, Jimmy Hansen trying to tango his way into the top 4. Here comes Hansen. And he is moved in to the number 4 position. And good move by Hansen. He saw the lap car there. He almost left himself vulnerable to Buffington. But Buffington, and now we have trouble. Cipriano. Could this be the first yellow? Yes, it is. 42 laps without a yellow flag, and we have just had one. Joey Cipriano. As a propeller move in turn number 4 by Cipriano. And what about that big lead that Jason Palmer had? Adios. And Dennis Gaeta's lead was chopped to 18 points. We're back under green. Reasserting himself is Palmer, but the big move, making the bold, aggressive move, was Cameron as he moved into the number 2nd place. So some Patrick pizzazz as he moves into 2nd. Buffington trying to take 3rd away from Jarvis. So Jarvis, that car taking a while to get up to speed. It is not moving as well as it did before the caution flag. Down to the final 7.5 laps. Jason Palmer. Well, this is the same Palmer that dominated most of the first 41 laps. Maybe the most efficient race of his career. Cameron Patrick into 2nd. The man from Virginia. So the Virginia volcano has erupted, has moved into 2nd. In 3rd is Buffington, followed by Jarvis. And then the creamsicles, Mark, Hansen, and Chris Buckeye. Extending his lead is the 17 of Palmer, and we are going to have a war for 2nd. Buffington has moved into 2nd place. So Sean Buffington has squeezed underneath the 80 of Cameron Patrick. Patrick wants 2nd back as he tried to dart underneath the 23 car. He's not giving up. Mark Buckeye has moved into the battle. Buckeye was in 7th about a lap ago. Now he has moved into 4th. He is trying to freight train his way around the 80 of Cameron Patrick. So Mark Buckeye, he has won this race before, trying to get 3rd, and he does. Mark Buckeye, he might be the finest trouble on the front straightaway. Moran Jr. and the 43 of Blandina. Moran is back out of the track. Blandina is heading back out of the track. We are staying under green. Palmer is staying in the lead. He has a healthy advantage over Buckeye, who was trying to get into 2nd. Buckeye has the momentum, and Buckeye has just tornadoed his way into the number 2 spot. Buffington is 3rd, but did Mark Buckeye save something for the final laps or what? What a job by Buckeye, but an even better job by Jason Palmer. White flag lap, coronation lap. Let's go around the speedway with Jason Palmer. Hansen trying to pick up a position. Buffington is in third. Here comes Palmer. Around the fourth corner for the final time. Here comes Palmer, biggest win of his career. Second will go to Buckeye, then Buffington. And then it was Cameron Patrick, and fifth was Jimmy Hansen. Was that perfection or what? A perfecto for Palmer. Sean will come out of the car, and the first person he will be chatting with is Gary Danko.
Matt, great night for our Legends division. Only one caution, and as you just mentioned, finishing third, Sean Buffington. You qualified sixth, come home with a third-place finish. Take us through your evening.
Yeah, I was glad to see that caution. The car was real good, and then after the restart, the motor seemed pretty flat. I don't know if we heard it or not. It's a long race, to run without a caution there, but happy to finish third. It was. I want to thank my sponsors, my parents, first of all. Tom Gray, ITI, Chasers, Bar and Grill. And I thank all the fans for sticking with us and staying out here to watch this.
Sean Buffington comes home with a third-place finish. But how about Mark Buckeye, the driver of car number 52? He was working the inside, he was working the outside, and what was the key of this number 52 car on the outside tonight?
It was basically keep my foot into it because earlier in the race I got touched with a lap car and it messed up the camber in my left front. And my steering wheel was real crooked, and I just kept my foot right into it on the outside. The thing kept on going. It was a real fun race. I'd like to thank everybody for racing me clean. Sean did a good job. Jason did a good job out front. I'd just like to thank all the fans that stayed and watched. Thanks.
Were you surprised only one caution tonight?
Yeah, I definitely could have used a couple more cautions, but it kind of hurt me a little bit because of how the car was handling after I got tangled to somebody. But I'm glad to see a good, clean race. It means less cars torn up and more people can come back next week.
Great night for Mark Buckeye as he comes home second with car number 52. But when it was all said and done, Jason Palmer, the driver of car number 17, the biggest win of his career, and we'll talk to him about that as he grabs the checkered flag. And Jason, how about this? The biggest win of your career, your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been trying for 3 years, and I think I almost had it 3 years in a row, but this year I finally got it, finally capitalized it, and I thought I was cursed, man. I thought I'd never win this race, but I held it together and we got it.
But what was the key of winning this race?
It's just staying clean. All them lap cars, just making no dumb moves and just doing what you got to do.
I'll ask you the same question. Were you surprised that there was only one caution tonight?
I am. I prepared a big drink bottle, like a drink under caution. I get one. I go, at least I get one.
What about the Mark Buckeye? He was coming, and he was kind of hoping maybe there was one or two more cautions.
If we had a couple more cautions, it would have been, I think, a better race. But yeah, I mean, I saw the 31 in the scoreboard every lap, and I'm watching, counting laps, and I was having fun. I passed a lot of cars. I think I passed more tonight than I probably did all year.
Where did your car feel the most comfortable tonight?
Everywhere. I mean, that thing felt good. I don't think this thing had it was a little loose at times. I don't know if I just hit water or got a little bit out of the groove, but it was hooked up all night.
How about the sponsors on this number 17 car?
Yeah, I got to thank Rock Landscaping, Manafort Brothers, Grey Wolf Construction, Chapman Performance, Great Motor, Barrel Arrow Collision, Sign Pro, Gary Danko, Speedline Report, Pink Studs, my mom, my dad, crew chief Keith, girlfriend Lauren, everyone.
The biggest win of his career comes tonight here at the Waterford Speedbowl. Jason Palmer wins the 50-lap main event. Matt Buckler?
Well, Gary, you went from curse to first.